From beating blast processing in 10,000 clicks to make 230 frames per second in a row. These are most impressive records that no one will ever break in Geometry Dash. So let's start! The first record is the largest skill decrease in the history of Geometry Dash, and I probably don't need to tell anyone here that it's about one of the TCD members, Konix. So on July 15, 2022, Konix posted a video on his channel in which he passed VSC, and many believe that it is even harder than Slaughterhouse, which was top 2 at the time Konix beated it. But after that, he didn't post anything on his channel for a really long time, which means that he probably didn't play Geometry Dash at all at that time. He only came back recently, and he passed really difficult levels such as Bloodlust, but in my opinion, it is the largest skill decrease in the history of this game. And speaking of skill decrease, we definitely can't say the same thing about this guy. I'm talking about Eduarduk, who completed almost invisible Slaughterhouse. Almost, because he was using Opacity 0.03, but let's be honest, do you see anything besides the icon? Because I don't. And this can be due to two reasons. Either I'm blind, or my room is too bright. So I don't have any visual impairment, so it's probably too bright in my room. But I really don't know how this guy did it, and it's really one of the biggest achievements. I wonder what would happen if I showed this video to someone in 2016. Crazy. So, since I talk about Purell in every video of this series, this one cannot be missing it. So, this is the record for the most wave carried players of all time. And Purell is not here without a reason. He is one of the best wave spammers in the world. Among other things, he made Soul Grid in only 5 runs. And if you don't know what Soul Grid is this spam at Sakupen end. Or he made a jump from Sonic Wave to Sakupen Circus, and I remind you that both of these levels are mainly wave. The next record is the biggest change after turning on low detail mode, and you probably immediately thought of levels like Thinking Space 2 or Cosmos Unleashed, but no, these levels don't even come close to it. I'm talking about What, which is truly one of the most game-breaking levels, and was created by one of the most outstanding creators, Spoonix. But after turning the low detail mode, the decorations of this level changed as if it was a level from update 1.8. I really have no idea how Spoonix did it, but if anyone knows, please write in the comments. In the previous video, I talked about the guy who completed 9 circles while playing his song on the piano, and it was really impressive, but what this guy did really equals him. So a player named Evim Cuber beat all the main levels and solved the Rubik's Cube at the same time. Solving the Rubik's Cube itself is a huge achievement, but while completing a demon, it's really impressive, and he also did it on a laptop, which increases the difficulty of this challenge. Update, he completed B, so congratulations. The next record took 11 years, and it's not a verification of Sorry Never Clear, which took about that long. This is the level that was rated for the longest time. Time over. This is the name of this level, and it was released 4,287 days ago in update 1.5. It's really crazy that Roblox is still rating levels that were made years ago. The next record is for the day that changed Geometry Dash forever. It is October 29, 2021. On this day, 3 levels were rated that changed this game forever: Slaughterhouse, Firework, and Arcturus. Each of them was more difficult than the previous one, which was Tartarus. They were quickly put on the demon list, and thanks to this we also have the record for the longest level that was top 1. I'm talking about Firework, which was top 1 for 70 seconds. It was really the most revolutionary day in the entire history of this game. I would even say it was a more revolutionary day than the Fall of Rome, but that's just my opinion. The next record is the biggest surprise, and it is for the normal rating. I really don't know if Roblox went crazy back then, but in my opinion the normal should never have been rated, and you will probably ask why. In my opinion, it's just a challenge, not an insane demon. The next record is... dancing to the full Geometry Dash demon list. Someone did it. His name on YouTube is Alex, and the video where he dances to the entire demon list lasts 5 hours. I really have no idea how he managed to do that for 5 hours, but I wish him all the best. The next record is the hardest level anyone has ever passed on Devlink, and if you don't know what Devlink is, you play Geometry Dash with 1 or more people, and when one person dies, everyone dies. And the hardest level is Slaughterhouse, which was beaten by Popov and Trick. Really, that's one of the biggest achievements because Slaughterhouse is now top 25, and at the time they passed it, it was top 9, which just shows how much skill gap there is between top 1 and easier levels. And since we're talking about the biggest skill gap between top 1 and easier levels, you're probably wondering what the biggest one is between top 1 and top 2. But it's really hard to say, because some people think it's from Tidal Wave to Thinking Space 2, others say it's from To Can't Let Go, but in my opinion it's from Acheron or Avernus to Tidal Wave. Another record is for the biggest level comeback in likes. I'm talking about Can't Let Troll, which according to my information had about 10,000 dislikes at its peak, but over 10 years have passed since then, and now has over 100,000 likes. But let's think why it has so many dislikes, and it's probably because people thought that this level was impossible, and that the person who's and that And that person who verified it simply cheated. So you probably know that spamming in Geometry Dash is one of the most important things, but what this player did takes it to a new level. So the player YW Chaos passed blast processing in as many as 3,500 clicks, which is a huge achievement and it is a world record. At least it was, until the player Defend did it in over 10,000 clicks. And since blast processing lasts 1 minute and 39 seconds, this gives us an average of as many as 102 clicks per second. And as we were talking about the YW Chaos, he may not have the record for the most clicks in blast processing, but he does have the record for the most frame perfect in a row. But before I tell you that, leave a like, sub and hype. So he did 230 60 FPS frame perfects in a row. For comparison, Tidal Wave has 200 frame perfects and Grief has only a little more. The next record is for the highest number of FPS, and you probably know that to play harder levels you need to have at least above 60 FPS. But this guy probably took it too seriously. So a player called Reese posted a video 2 months ago in which he tried to beat world record for the highest FPS. He got about 5,000, and it might seem like a lot, but after a few minor tweaks, he had over 46 million FPS! It's so high that the population of Argentina is that high, or the number of people who watch and don't subscribe. The next record is beating Stereo Madness 10,000 times. So a player called Math Genius took on this challenge, and according to Wiki, he spent over 200 hours and almost 12,000 attempts on it. But according to the Wiki, he only beaten it over 8,800 times. And I also haven't found any videos of him doing 10,000, except for the one where he did 750 times. So I think this information is true. But 8,000 is still an amazing result. It is also worth noting that in memory of Michigan, he made a 5-hour stream in which he jumped over 10,000 times over a triple spikes. You probably know Retry is the most liked level in the entire game and one of the easiest. Some people set records for who would complete it in the fewest clicks, but that's not the point today. A player named LFS Lakome who beat the Retry at 2000% speed, which is 20 times faster than normal. He wrote that it took him 7,820 attempts, and when I tried to complete it at that speed, I couldn't even reach the ball, which starts at 27%. And you'll probably tell me now that he did it at 4,000% speed, but just as I can't believe in 2000%, I can't believe in 4000. The next record was set by Pure L, and he already has a lot of records, so you're probably wondering what the record it is. It's a silent logs 18%, and it might not seem very difficult, but if you look closely, you can see that it's caused by a mini portal skip, which allowed him to do his already very difficult wave even on normal wave. By the way, silent log is on the 383rd place on the impossible demon list. For comparison, Tidal Wave is 951st and Thinking Space 2 is 859th. The next record is for jumping over the most triple spikes in a row, and you honestly won't believe how many this player did. From the start, the triple spike is both the easiest and hardest obstacle in this game. It appears in the easiest main levels and also at the end in the hardest ones. But how many times has someone jumped it in a row? A player named Drew Jardy jumped 470 triple spikes in a row, which is a world record. There's also a guy who did 500, but there's no clicking noise in his video, and there is no cheat indicator, so I can't confirm whether it's real or not. If you liked it, check out the previous videos in this series. Subscribe, like,